What is your name and what office are you running for?
My name is Joshua DOYLE. I'm running for the office of councillor in the ward Papastew.
Why are you running?
Because public service is a calling, and everyone at some point asks themselves, when do I give back? And the opportunity presented itself. I saw a council that I felt was not representing the people well, and that I could do a better job. And I pulled the trigger, and that's why I'm here right now.
What was your most recent job?
My most recent job, well, it's been the same kind of profession as a power engineer, second-class power engineer. I've operated in facilities. My most recent was a petrochemical facility in the Heartland area beside kind of Redwater.
If you are elected, what would be your first priority to fix?
My first priority to fix is the infill issue. It's the number one issue in the ward, perhaps even the city. It's the number one item to fix by far.
I'm going to bring a question up from later because it's about that. What is your stance on infills and what's the path forward?
My stance is that development happens no matter what. It's just a constant thing. So the idea that we do it or we don't, or black and white, yes or no, doesn't make sense. The question is, how do we build? How do we codify how developers build? And right now, it's the balance is tipped in favor of development. Communities don't have enough say. They don't have enough power. Nobody's listening to them. And the structures that are being built are destroying those communities. So we need to limit their size, the units. We need to get parking in there. We have to have some sort of feedback and engagement with those communities. This is a process that people want and that we can do. It will allow development to happen responsibly.
How will you balance fiscal responsibility?
Balance it with what?
Well, in terms of the budget, and what's your plan in terms of tightening the budget or spending?
So just like in our home, you know, we have a budget and we look at things that we want and we look at things that we need. And sometimes we cut the things that we want and we focus on the things that we need. So focusing is an important priority, you know, focusing on what the city is supposed to do. We receive taxes, we're supposed to render services. That's the social contract. That's what we should focus on. Larger projects, capital expenditures outside of that are nice to have, perhaps maybe should be put on the back burner. With regards to, though, the way that I like to make decisions, I want to make small decisions incrementally. Say, for businesses, why do they, have to buy a $40,000 hood fan to have an oven in their business? That was created during COVID for air circulation. Is that necessary? That's a quick change that allows businesses to flourish. Things like that, small changes over and over again.
Construction and long timelines are definitely frustrating Edmontonians. What would you change about how Edmonton plans and delivers these projects, if anything?
I think there has to be a better mandate as to how we phase construction. The planning is obviously, there's a lot to be desired. People see things happening very quickly and close together. There may be ways to phase them in around the city that they can happen at the same time, but in different ways in different areas, so as to not affect one area so much at one time.
How do you plan to make Edmonton safer?
By giving the mandate, a cultural and top-down mandate to the police service that they have a duty and that they are an important service of Edmonton. They have a duty to be in neighborhoods, in communities, by transit stations, White Avenue, Jasper, in my ward I'm worried about mostly, right? They have to be visibly present, and they have to have a mandate from top down that they are law and order, and there's a lot of disorder right now. That's their job. Social work fills in the cracks and the voids, and together they can make a holistic approach for safety.
What do you think about the city's relationship with the province, and how do you think it should be?
It's terrible. It should be incredible. The job of council is to have a professional relationship with other levels of government, regardless of ideology, whether you like them or not. That's what professionals do. Edmonton doesn't have the leverage to bash and disparage anyone. We need to build relationships because coming to the table with them and receiving something is better than nothing.
What is your vision for Edmonton?
To be a place that's strong and beautiful and a city that we and others respect.
If elected, what is the one thing you want people to remember you accomplished at the end of your term?
Well, I want to be someone that actually finishes and solves this infill issue. It is literally the number one thing. It's what I hope to be able to fix because of the emotional outpouring I've seen from people, all types of people. It affects everyone. I hope to be someone that can fix this issue so that Edmonton can grow and prosper sustainably for everybody.